Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome back to Loomian Legacy, where today we're going to be celebrating the Year of the Bunny. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hasn't New Year's already come and go? And yes, that is true. However, we're going to be celebrating Lunar New Year's. Woof! That's a lot to take in. Yes, Llama Train Studios decided to celebrate Lunar New Year's. They added a new reskin here in the wild. Now, remember, if you enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like, and consider joining our Adventure Clan by subscribing. So with that out of the way, let's search for this new reskin. Now, before we get into it, I have heard there is a rare chance where you will be able to encounter the same rare skin, but there will be fireworks around it. And that's actually what I'm hoping to find out in the wild. And also, while we're at it, I thought of a few new ideas that maybe Llama Train Studios can adapt to. Basically, they can use in the future. But with that out of my skin, let's search for this new Loomian. Oh! We finally got one! Oof! Wow, it took way too long. Like, what was that? Yeah, 15 minutes? Okay, maybe not too long, but still. Oof! But yeah, look at them! It looks so cool. And, oh, before I get into it, and wait, I'll deal with that later. Let's switch things up. Robin, you're up. So the reason why I brought some lower level Loomians is because in this area, the Loomians are a bit low level, so I'm not going to do too much damage. Let's, oh dear. I don't know what's good here. Let's just use Air Whip. Just don't knock it out. And, ooh! Okay. Woof! That was close. Alright, so let's use, what can we use? I don't know. Yeah, why not a Blossom Disc? It fits pretty well. Alright. Please just stay in. Perfect! Alright, so, nickname? Yes. So, it's a girl, what's a good name? Oh wait, I have an idea. Blossom! Yeah, Blossom would fit nicely. Okay, so that is the Bun Puff. Wow! Look at this! So, we have Poppy right here on the right. This one has a gleaming... was it Sea Drake? Yeah. Draco Seed? No, it's Sea Drake. But yeah, basically... we have the original right here, and we have a gleaming variant right over there. That's pretty cool. Alright, but before we get into it, let's check out Blossom. And, ooh, I really love the model. Yeah, this is really fitting for Lunar Years. Ooh, sorry. Lunar New Years is such a tongue twister for some reason. Alright, what do we have? Noxious Weeds? When a plant type of attack attempts to strike this Loomian, the move is choked out by weeds, boosting the strength of this Loomian's own plant type. Ooh, is that so? Alright. Sorry, Poppy? Alright. Wow, look at her! She looks so cool! And, oh. Doesn't know what to think of me, that's alright. Not a big deal. But wow, I've gotta say, like, this is a really cool event. Like, I don't think this really occurs that often. I think this is actually the first for Llama Train Studios. This is so cool. Now, before we get into it, I did thought of a few ideas for future Lunar Years. Basically, in case if Llama Train Studios wants to do this again, they could develop on a few ideas that I have. Well, That is, if they actually watch my video, but don't know if that would happen. But these are just a few ideas, just for thoughts. Okay, to start things off, we're going to be starting with the next year, the Year of the Dragon. Now there are two different Loomians that I thought of this, which are the Dractus and the Sway Long. Now unfortunately I can't show the Sway Long is because it's actually part of the starter Loomians that I actually didn't choose. However, if I check up here in my Lumipedia, we could check out, where is it? Aha! We could check out Dractus. Now the reason why I thought of choosing Dractus as the Loomian for the Year of the Dragon is because when it fully evolves, it actually becomes something a lot like a dragon. And basically it does look a little bit like a Chinese dragon in some way. That's why I've chosen Dractus for the cause. Now I know Sway Long actually does look like a dragon as well. It does have the name dragon in it as Long, which, I mean, is actually a pretty good idea. So, those are the two Loomians that I've chosen for the Year of the Dragon. That'll be Dractus or Sway Long, maybe Loomian Legacy or Llama Studios, I should say. They might have a better idea, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Now the next year, which I do digress, is the Year of the Snake after the Year of the Dragon. Now I do digress in this because, as far as I know, there are no snakes in Loomian Legacy, as far as I know. However, there is something that's snake-like, if we look in our Lumipedia, and that will be the Vanillin. Yeah, right here. Now I do digress of using the Vanillin as the Year of the Snake because, although Vanillin is snake-like, it still is a deer. Basically, it's not a snake, it's a deer. Which, I mean, it'll be alright if that's what Llama Studios uses for the Year of the Snake, but even still, I hope they think of something else for the Year of the Snake. Maybe a new sea snake in the trench? I don't really know, but that's just my thought. Alright, so the next year, which I'll look it up really quickly. Aha, the Year of the Horse. Now, at first I thought there are no horses as far as I know in Loomian Legacy. However, I just remembered something. If you remember from my Halloween event, like the very first Halloween event that I've done, I've caught... where is it? Aha! Nevermare. Nevermare, as far as I know, is the only horse Loomian that I can think of, or at least the only known horse Loomian that's ever known. I don't know of any other Loomians that are horses. But I do digress on this one because it is a roaming, and yeah, it might make it a little bit of a challenge. Oof, I don't really know. Like, that's my greatest bet for the Year of the Horse, is the Nevermare. So, there it goes. Year of the Horse could be a Nevermare, I don't really know. Just a thought. Now, the Year of the Goat. This one's a little bit of a complicated one because, again, there are no goats as far as I know in Loomian Legacy. However, I think the closest thing that I can think of, if I look up in my Lumipedia again, that would be... aha, right here. The Vari. Now, I know the Vari is actually meant to be a deer, not a goat. But the only thing is, I don't know of any other goats that are around here. Or actually any goats in general. Now, I know it might not be the greatest idea, but that's actually the closest I can think of at the moment. Maybe if Llama Studios decides to add goats into Loomian Legacy, hopefully they'll use that instead. Alright, next up, Year of the Monkey. Now, unfortunately, as far as I know, again, there are no monkeys in the list, at least as far as I know. However, there is one that's actually from the starters, and that will be Snowkey, which is actually the first evolved version of Snow Cub, which I think, as far as I know, that's their closest option. And I don't really have Snow Cub on here, so I'll actually show a screenshot of the Snow Key. That's actually the closest thing I can think of when it comes to the monkey. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, the year of the rooster. This one's actually a really good one, because this one I actually do have a few ideas on. Basically for this, I thought maybe what they could use are the following. Yeah, there are two different Loomians that I can think of. There is this, the Dobo, which I will admit doesn't really look like a chicken. However, they could retexture it to actually look like a chicken in some way. And the other is this, the Gobademic. And yeah, I actually did caught the Gobademic out of episode. Oof, the Gobademic, sorry. Not able to speak today. But yeah, the reason why I thought maybe they could use the Gobademic is because it's actually the closest thing close to a chicken. I know it's a turkey, but it's actually as close to a chicken as it gets. I don't know of any other things that are closer. But that's the option for the rooster. Now, next up, the dog. Alright, so the dog actually is more of an obvious choice compared with all the others. I thought maybe they can use the Taoshi. It basically makes sense. The Taoshi is a dog. Like, there's really no other explanation concerning of this. But yeah, that's what I thought for the year of the dog. Now, for the year of the pig, or the year of the boar, I actually dove a little bit of research into this one, and I've just remembered. I caught this, the baboor. Yeah, I think the baboor will actually make a very good Loomian for the year of the pig. Basically, it's quite obvious, it looks a little bit like a pig, and also has boar in the name, because I think that's the original name for the zodiac, is the boar, not necessarily the pig. But yeah, I think you get the premises. The baboor, I think, would make the perfect rendition for the year of the pig. Now, for the year of the rat, it's actually pretty simple. I was thinking maybe a Twillet. Now, I know it might not look like much, but I think this is as close to the rat as possible, as far as I know. It makes sense. Basically, the Twillet, the rats, if you know what I mean. That's why I've chosen for the year of the rat. Now, next up, the year of the ox. Now, this one's actually a little bit of an interesting one. This I thought of using a calf note on, mostly because when it evolves, it becomes a drum bowl, which in itself actually looks a lot like an ox. Which, again, I thought will be perfectly fitting for the year of the ox. And yes, that's what I have. Now, the year of the tiger. Now, this is actually where it gets interesting. Again, I dug a little bit of research, and I first thought of using the ketone, which could be found right here. But the thing is, Ketone's actually a cat, not a tiger, and for those who are actually familiar with the Chinese zodiac would have known that the cat wasn't able to make it. However, I've done a little bit of research, and I thought the Zaleo will actually do nicely, and that's because when they evolve, they become the Jolt Tooth, which in itself actually looks a lot like a tiger. And yeah, it makes sense. Again, that will be perfect for the year of the tiger, which then leads us back to the year of the rabbit. Woof! Alright, so to sum it up, basically when we start for the bun puff, for the dragon, I thought the perfect candidate for this one would be... where is it? Yeah, right here. So for the year of the dragon, I thought of using Dractus as the Loomian for the cause. Year of the snake, unless if Llama Train Studios makes changes to their game, I think their closest bets would be Van Nolan for the cause. That'll be the year of the snake. And for the year of the horse, again, their closest option would be the Nevermare, which, I mean, it could work. Like, they could make it work. I know Llama Train Studios is very great with this. But yeah, that's the closest option to the horse. For the goat, again, it would depend on the situation. But the Vari, as far as I know, might be their closest bets, unless they actually make a change on that. But luckily that'll be a few years, so chances are the game will change over time. Guess we'll have to wait and see. The monkey, as far as I know, their closest bets would be the Snowkey, which is the only monkey that I know of on here. The rooster, I thought of two, which would be the Gobademic, or they could use the Dobo, which is, where's the Dobo? Oh, here's the Dobo. Yes, the Gobademic and the Dobo. Now next on their list, the dog, quite obvious, the Taoshi, right here, I think would fit nicely in the regard. The pig, or the boar, in more formal terms, that'll be the Babor, pretty simple, pretty obvious. The rat, that'll be for Twilette, right here, pretty simple enough. The ox, that'll be the Cavno, right up here. Basically, it fits quite nicely. The tiger, that will be the Zalil. Those are my personal options to use when it comes to the Lunar New Years. So yeah, there you have it. That'll be it for this episode concerning of Loomian Legacy. I was about to say Llama Train Studios for some reason. Maybe it's because they sound so similar. Okay, but yes, that'll be it for this episode concerning of Loomian Legacy. Now, if you enjoy it, remember, feel free to leave a like and consider joining our adventure clan by subscribing. I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, feel free to join me on the next adventure. Till then, this is Drago Questy. See you later!